to this videos? If we make 5,000 likes to this video, we will upload more patriotic news. Thank you. The water near Niagara Falls suddenly went black, shocking the residents and the tourists. The water near Niagara Falls suddenly went black Saturday afternoon, shocking the residents and the tourists as well. The first person who noticed and reported the incident was Pat Proctor, Vice President of Rainbow Air Incorporated that offers helicopter tours over the falls. "I was just praying it wasn't an oil leak," Proctor stated. "It looked like something out of a sci-fi movie." The Maid of the Mist, a popular tour boat company, wrote on Twitter to ask Niagara Falls, New York, Mayor Paul Dister what was happening. Rolf Porter, executive director of the Niagara Falls Water Board, offered an explanation saying that one of the sewage plant's 5 sediment filtration basins was being flushed out. The substance discharged as a result of the routine maintenance of one of the Water Board's wastewater sedimentation basins located at the wastewater treatment plant on Buffalo Avenue. The inky water is the result of a routine, necessary, and short-term change in the wastewater treatment process, he stated. The blackish water contained some accumulated solids and carbon residue within permitted limits and did not include any organic type oils or solvents. The unfortunate odor would be limited to the normal sewer water discharge smell, Porter continued. He pointed out that filtration unit was taken off-site and discharged out as they were preparing for the contractors who are supposed to start working on improving the basin. Anyhow, the residents were still angry with the water board's timing because it is a season time. "We were shocked," Niagara Falls City Administrator Nick Melson stated. "We're very upset with the lack of communication and we're going to rectify that with all the stakeholders." But the black water was once again blue and beautiful in the morning. The water board issued an apology for distressing the residents and said that in the future the residents will be noted about matters like this. Please share this post on Facebook with your thoughts. What is your opinion on this? Scroll down to comment below. Sarah Huckabee shut the reporter's lies at the press briefing. Sarah Huckabee delivered a press briefing regarding President Trump's firing Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci. He made this decision 2 days after he appointed General Kelly as the new Chief of Staff. And as always, the liberal White House reporters didn't let Sanders go any further when she addressed the subject. The reporters kept yelling one question again and again. Sarah Sanders was clear when she said that Trump's main focus is on providing jobs for the American people and that the reports should stop fixating on who has which job in the White House. She said that President Donald Trump thought that it will be best for his new chief of staff to create her own team and that Trump felt Scaramucci's comments about Steve Bannon were disrespectful and unacceptable. After Sanders was asked the same question for the 10th time, she decided to end the briefing and walked out. Please share this post on Facebook to support Sarah Huckabee Sanders. What is your opinion on this? Scroll down to comment below. President Donald Trump just awarded a 71-year-old veteran. His words were so emotional. President Donald Trump just awarded the 71-year-old Vietnam War veteran Army Medic SBC James McCloughan with the Medal of Honor. McCloughan fought in the Battle of Huon Hill in 1969 when he was 23 years old. He had been seriously wounded when he went to the kill zone to help 10 other soldiers. And now he has been awarded for his bravery. When James McCloughan was wounded, his captain told him to leave the battlefield to seek treatment, but, he said, he knew me enough to know that I wasn't going. McCloughan not only managed to save 10 fellow soldiers, but he also succeeded to take out an enemy RPG position with a grenade. He did all that with severe injury. The White House stated, he voluntarily risked his life on 9 separate occasions to rescue wounded and disoriented comrades. He suffered wounds from shrapnel and small arms fire on 3 separate occasions, but refused medical evacuation to stay with his unit, and continued to brave enemy fire to rescue, treat, and defend wounded Americans. McCloughan was also honored with the Combat Medical Badge, 2 Bronze Stars, the U.S. Army Valorous Unit Citation, the National Defense Medal, and 2 Purple Hearts. President Trump gave a speech about McLuhan's contribution and sacrifice, stating, "Today 320 million grateful American hearts, Private McLuhan carries one immortal title, and that title is hero." Trump added, "We thank you for what you did for all of us." President Trump's speech was very emotional. You can watch it here. Please share this post on Facebook to get this hero the recognition he deserves. What is your opinion on this? Scroll down to comment below. Are there really 15,000 trannies in the U.S. military? Fact check reveals the truth. Democrats and their allies in the mainstream media love to throw around made-up numbers and statistics to prove their case. But today it's easier than ever to expose them as liars and hypocrites. When Trump announced that he'd no longer allow transgendered people to serve in the U.S. military, Representative Mark Takano, D. California, tweeted that the president had directly assaulted no fewer than 15,000 of our soldiers. That sounds like a big number. Which in itself would seem odd, given that, despite the enormous amount of noise they and their supporters make, transgendered people make up a minuscule percentage of our population. The media wasn't about to let healthy skepticism get in the way, and ran fast and hard with Takano's made-up figure. A Daily Caller fact check revealed that the 15,000 number was a mere estimate based on a 2014 survey of the general public. One of the questions on the survey was, have you ever been a member of the armed forces? The study collected just 6,500 valid answers, and it included those from folks who very well may no longer be in the military. How they estimated 15,000 active duty transgender soldiers from that result is anyone's guess. A somewhat more reliable study by the Rand Corporation took estimates from numerous studies and other data to arrive at a figure of just 1,510 active duty transgender soldiers in the U.S. military. Which makes a lot more sense, and definitely puts Trump's decision in its proper context. Just infamous and caught selling secrets to our enemies, America now in danger. The biggest national security scandal of our generation is currently unfolding and the media is suspiciously silent on the issue. That's because it leads back to the Democrats, and the fake journalists on CNN don't want to incriminate their liberal pals. Imran Iwan, a former IT aide for Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, DFL, is his major trouble. On Fox Business's Varney and CO program, Judge Andrew Napolitano commented, he was arrested for some financial crime. That's the tip of the iceberg. The real crime against him was that he had contact. He had access to emails of every member of Congress and he sold what he found in there. What did he sell and to whom did he sell it? That's what the FBI wants to know. This may be a very, very serious national security investigation. Imre Mawan was employed by Wasserman Schultz when she first was elected to Congress in 2004. She also got him, his two brothers, and his wife work with other Democrat members of Congress. These shady Muslims were making bank. Just look at what they were being paid to get their hands all over American information. Imre Mawan made $164,600 from congressional Democrats in 2016. His wife made over $168,000. Imran's two brothers, Jamal and Abid, made $157,350 and $160,943 respectively. That's a lot of money and that's not even counting what they made from selling America's secrets to the highest bidder. That's where the real cash was. Eventually, their illicit activities were discovered. It's why the Awan brothers were fired back in February, reports the Daily Caller. They were hacking congressional computer networks and caught red-handed. Most congressional Democrats immediately fired them. But, oddly enough, Wasserman Schultz kept Imre on her payroll. When he was arrested for bank fraud while trying to flee to Pakistan, he was found to be still receiving money from the Florida congresswoman. Apparently, Wasserman Schultz intended to keep paying Imre while he was in Pakistan. Why? What reason could she have to employ him once he was out of the country, and had been stripped of access to congressional computer networks? The answer is simple: Wasserman Schultz was complicit in Awan's sale of U.S. intelligence. Judge Andrew Napolitano puts it clearly, the real crime against him was that he had access to emails of every member of Congress, and he sold what he found in there. What did he sell and to whom did he sell it? That's what the FBI wants to know. What anyone accessed in the emails of congressional Democrats, we can only guess. Let's pray they didn't get high-level national security information. The last thing our country needs is our defense information in the hands of ISIS or North Korea. If that stolen information results in an attack on Americans, it will be on the heads of Wasserman Schultz and the Democrats. You never know, they might also have lots of dirt on members of Congress. When you consider that the Awan brothers' clients were Democrats, you know they must have seen lots of shady things going on. Will foreign powers use that information to further blackmail our politicians into pursuing anti-American policies? This is a huge story with dire consequences for America. But the mainstream media isn't covering it. We need all patriotic Americans to spread the word of this scandal. Get the truth out there.